Y'all loved when I did a video watching HAMINATIONS tell the story of how his brother almost died like a bajillion million times and pretty much is constantly always getting himself into situations where his life is on the line. In the comment section of that video, everyone talked about how HAMINATIONS looked so young, but isn't actually all that young. That intrigued me, so when I went to his channel and started looking at his top videos, and the first one just says, "I look young," that got me even more intrigued. I actually don't know if I've shown you this, Andrew, but this guy is like 22 or something. Like, he does look very young. So I'm ready, willing, and able to learn a little bit more about, what's his name? Because it's not HAMINATIONS. I remember being like, Ham. His name isn't even Ham. It's like, Bryson? I think Bryson. Bryson. What a memory. I killed it. Yes. This is how all bars are, I can confirm.
1 glass of water, please.
Hey punk, this here bar is for adults only. You gotta be at least 18 years old to be in here, so hit the road.
Actually, I'm 20 years old, and here's my ID.
Nice try, little man.
Wait, hold on. Is he Canadian? He sounds American. Oh my God, how many times am I gonna Google this guy? He's American. It says, you gotta be 18 to be in here. Here's my ID, I'm 20. Isn't that too young to drink in the States? Isn't it 21?
Get out before I make you.
If you
Fake
don't
ID.
believe it,
Why is his facial expression over his hair? Wait, then he just opened his... He's got eyes in his hair. I will say though, I can sort of relate to this. I also feel like I look a fair bit younger than I am. And I remember when I was like 20, 21, I would be in a bar or like a liquor store and I would have workers literally ask me if I was looking for my mother. So, you know, there's just... I'm just remembering that the last video was also me just having a crisis about how my life in regards to physical danger was so similar to his brother, and now I'm just like, oh yeah, I can relate to this story too. We from the same family, Bryson. I'm like, hello? Yes, this is actually how you get into bars.
Master you'll ever see, pipsqueak. So prepare to die.
What the hell am I? This is not what I thought this was gonna be.
Please, mercy. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, I knew it was gonna... Did he just slit his throat, bro? So Andrew, tell me, when a bouncer has not let you in, is the first thing you do pick a fight with them? Right, that's for all my underage audience, when you eventually do turn of age, if a bouncer doesn't let you into the bar, it is your legal right to challenge them to a duel, and if you win, you own the bar. So... get dueling! What the sh... This is weird and dramatic.
I'm a big boy.
Okay, man. Like, have it both ways then, you know? I'm a big boy. I am nothing but a small baby that cannot harm anyone. I will kill you where you stand with my sword, mercilessly slit your throat as you beg me not to. Like, not the best picture.
Hi, I'm Bryson.
He even sounds young.
I'm 20.
Hey! Hold on. You know how I'm like, hey, you know, oh, I have such a similar life and everything to this guy. Look at that, man! Like... I was looking behind me, but I realized it's gonna be invisible on... I'll show you the green screen now. I even have practically that same microphone over there. Oh my God, dude. The only difference, the one and only thing that separates us, Bryson, is I can't draw. So, that's it. Everything else is the same.
I'm 20 now, and I look like I'm 15. Whenever I tell someone my age, it goes like this.
They think you're lying?
No way are you 20. You look and sound way younger. Stop lying.
Yeah, it's the stop lying, like what motivation. I also relate to this, you know. I remember the last time that I just busted out my giant fist and pounded someone into a tiny little puddle until they just disappeared from existence entirely.
It's kind of annoying being a late bloomer, but I've been told it'll work out later in life, so knock on wood.
Is he just like ridiculously strong or something? Yeah, I too have superpowers, Bryson, so maybe we should form the Identical Twins League of Extraordinary This is one of those times, Andrew, that you say, Matthew, shut the f up. Stop talking.
But I like watching you.
You like watching me realize that I need to be quiet?
You know who else sounds young? Mickey Mouse. And he's over 90 years old. And guess what? Everyone loves him. Haha. Hi, everyone. I'm
Is it just me? I don't feel like he sounds that young.
Right, don't
Mickey, I mean. He sounds younger because he makes absolutely no sense. Here's a tiny little aside, by the way. I speak a fair bit of Spanish. One of the ways that I was learning Spanish was watching kids shows. I watched Mickey Mouse's Clubhouse in Spanish, and my god, if you thought Donald Duck was hard to understand in English, try it in another language that isn't your primary one. My lord, it was like hearing strained nonsense in another language that it didn't sound Spanish. So I wonder what non-English speakers think when they hear Donald Duck just go, bro's fighting for his life with every word.
I guess I'm just getting an adult mind first and then an adult body later, which I guess
It's
is
a series of evolution.
My brain may be smooth and dumb, but
I thought that was a but at first. But when he said my brain might be smooth, I was like, I see the visual. But did kind of look like ass.
But it's still smooth.
Step 1 of adulthood,
Body and
don't shove forks into PowerPoints.
Just-
I don't know.
Why is that disturbing on
Although
a
I still look
base
really
level?
young due to my chronic baby face, I actually have been growing these past few years.
Oh god, I didn't even think about that. Like you go through a growth spurt but still have a baby face. You're just a giant, tall baby.
Only my legs grew. My torso stayed tiny, but my legs got
What was that perspective? Is it just the angle of this photo? It just feels odd and I can't place why.
My torso stayed tiny, but my legs got really long.
Like you're on
I think
stilts.
we can all find hilarious. My Bryson, what long legs you have? The better to kick you with.
What? So, is he just so full of anger that he assaults everyone he sees? I mean, I can relate. And he's taller than me, man.
Surely not.
Bro, I'm like 5'7". I'm a shorty. I'm 170 centimeters tall. I'm like barely 5'7".
My face still looks like a 12-year-old, as I've been told by everyone ever. You look really young. You're tiny. Work out later. You're small.
I get... It's the 12... Why 12? I get that... Like, one of my really good friends, I didn't see her for ages over the pandemic, and she's like quite a bit older. She works in TV. She's been around for a while. I met up with her for lunch. I hadn't seen her in probably at that point like 2.5 to 3 years, and she goes, "Hey, how do you still look 12? Why is it always 12? No one's like, oh, you still look 11. No one even says you still look 13. It's 12. That exact age, always."
Whenever someone asks me my age, I try to prep them, like, very late bloomers in my family. I look way younger than I am.
Be prepared for my answer.
Answer anything. Just be cool, okay? I'm 20 years old. But
And they
then
still-
take their pants anyway, so I
Yeah.
have to execute them.
Bro, like, you know, I can understand and sympathize, but if I may offer one little piece of advice is don't shoot people in the face for calling you young, you know? That's one of my many, many controversial statements. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna amend it. Don't shoot people in the face. Full stop, unless it's in self-defense. But someone thinking that you look really, really young is not self-defense. And that's Matthew's lawyer guarantee.
So there I was at a dance with some friends.
Real footage of me dancing though. He looks more like he's going to after work drinks after banging it out in the office all day, right? Like a stockbroker. My stockbroker's cutting it loose with this weird shimmy.
A slow song comes on, and me and my friends awkwardly ask some girls to dance. So we're there dancing.
Okay, where is this going?
Oh, what color's your toothbrush? Mine's blue.
That's an awful
And she
question to
asks,
ask and I hate
How old
it.
are you? I'm 18. This was 2 years ago, mind you. No, you're not.
That's, it's for real. I was accelerated through school, right? I skipped a couple of years. So by the time I finished school, I was 14. I started university, I just turned 15. I would get this interaction in opposite ways depending on where I was. If I was just meeting someone random, they didn't think I looked 15. They would always say I looked like I was 10 or I looked like I was 12. And they wouldn't believe me when I said, no, that's definitely my age, I am 15. But then at uni, I would say, oh yeah, I'm 15. People go, stop lying. you are not 15, you're in university. And I'm like, no, I'm 15. Like, you're 18 at least. And I'm like, bro, I'm really like legit not. I would pull out my student ID from school, and sometimes people would say I had a fake ID. A fake ID showing I was younger. What a useful ID that would be. And people would just for no reason say I'm lying. Like, oh, I'm 15, but they think I look 10. You're lying. Fucking why? Why would I do that? Oh, I'm 18, but I say I'm 15. Again, why would I say that? And then I'd explain, I'd be like, yeah, I was accelerated through school when I was younger, so I graduated early, blah, blah, blah. And they'd just be like, why are you lying? I'm like, bro, we're literally at university where I am. I'm taking classes. Here's my ID. Why are you saying I'm lying? With zero proof, zero refutation, nothing at all. They would literally just go, no, I refuse.
No, you're not.
Literally.
I'll shuffle us over to my friend. Psst. Travis, tell her I'm 18. She doesn't.
Wait, his friend's name is Travis? My brother's name is Travis. And I would have this too. I'd be like, Travis, tell them how old I am. This is ridiculous. Why do we have so many similarities?
He's not lying. He really is 18. No, he isn't.
It's insane how stubborn some people could be. I'm getting riled up from this, honestly.
We were seated in the exit row. And if you didn't know, you have to be a certain age.
Oh, I've had this too.
Open the plane and save everyone if it crashes.
I've literally had a flight attendant try to move me from the emergency row because they thought I wasn't 18. I showed them my passport and they still look skeptical. I remember being 21 and taking a flight and my mum liked to see me off as I went on international flights, and she was at the desk when I checked in, and they asked her if it was the first time I was flying alone and if she needed them to make sure that I was kept safe. I was like, bro, I've taken like 4 international flights in the last 2 years by myself.
Anyway, I was sitting there and I had my ID ready because I knew what was coming next.
For real, I still do that now at liquor stores, anywhere I go. If I'm lining up for something that requires me to be 18 or older, I have my license ready and waiting. Because I know, and I'm literally always asked.
I'm old enough to be sitting here, and here's my ID to prove it.
And they just go, no.
I'm a super breed of human that ages slower and lives longer. Don't you ever question my power again. Now perish.
Yes, kill everyone. Oh, just fade her out of existence. She took your license, bro.
2 years ago, I was involved in a volunteer humanitarian youth group where we all raised money to travel to India, bring supplies and medical care, and teach children how to speak English.
That's
and
cool.
you guys watching my videos is actually how I paid for it, so thanks for that. Anyways, it was a formative experience for me, and I learned a lot through teaching and bonding with those.
Where is this going?
Even though it was about 96 hours of travel time.
What? How? What route did he take to get there? Oh my god.
After a long day of teaching, I was sitting on the floor in the dinky hotel we were staying in my jammies after a bucket bath, just thinking about life. When suddenly an unfamiliar woman walked through the hallway and looked at me.
Oh, god.
Hello, little boy. How old are you? 7?
For some reason, this reminded me of another incident. I was at a lunch ages ago, and one of my cousins also looks quite young. At the time, she would have been like maybe 25, 26. We were all sat down, the waiter came over to give menus. She gave menus to my mum, my father, her mother. And then to my brother and me, we get the little kids menu, because they're like, oh, here you go, if you want to grab something from the kids menu. And they give my cousin a kids menu as well. Didn't ask. Just gave her a kids menu, designed for like 13-year-olds. She was like 25. Why do people assume though? Like just ask, you know? That's the thing.
And then she went and talked to everyone, but when she was done, she walked past my room again.
Whose lost little boy is this?
7.
7?
Another reason why I hate women.
7? Goodbye, 7. What does that mean? 7 years old?
Apparently, she was a friend of one of our translators, and she was some kind of social media influencer.
Okay.
And a few days later, some of the other members of the group started talking about her. She was kind of rude. She was really egotistical. Left a bad taste in my mouth.
She thought I was a tiny little child and treated me as such. I don't know if it's just me because it's the experience that I've had, but if I was somewhere and someone told me that another person was treating someone like that and assuming they were a little kid, I would judge them. It would be a big red flag for me.
I hated her from day one, so it felt really nice to have everyone else get on the same page.
Very validating. Oh god, I don't like the bone snapping. Can you stop? Why is he just torturing people constantly?
The whole killing joke is going a little too far.
Wow.
Anytime someone disagrees with you, you just kill them. It has become repetitive and detrimentally unfunny. Please consider cutting it out.
Okay, I liked that. It was a little bit uncanny that as soon as I mentioned that, he addressed it. Bryson, are you reading my mind? If so, that would make a fair bit of sense. Maybe we've been telepathically connected since day one and we didn't know it.
While teaching, a puppy showed up at the school, and even though we weren't allowed to pet all the dogs there, I broke the rules to hold the puppy because look at him, he's so cute.
How does this factor into it?
Then the puppy totally imprinted on me, followed me around everywhere, and fell asleep in my backpack.
The backpack!
One time, one of the children grabbed my arm and started jumping up and down, and then suddenly all of them started doing that, and I literally got mobbed and dogpiled by them.
What? I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting that to relate to the age thing, but I think it's just fun fact.
I learned that the toilets there are literally just holes in the ground.
Yeah.
So that was a humbling experience.
Ironically enough, while we may not be used to it, and it might be a bit uncomfortable, it is like the optimum pooping angle. So there's that.
This Joseph guy was allergic to peanuts, and then he ate a peanut and started dying, and then
Oh my
our
God.
medic literally saved his life.
Yeah,
When
with
we
an
got home,
EpiPen.
he
Would
got
you not keep an EpiPen? He got run over. Sorry, I started a sentence and this is what I'm ending up with.
Also, when we got home, he got run over by a car and was fine.
Fine.
No, he just doesn't die, I guess. It's been 2 years.
Invincible.
On a bus home, the girl Katie next to me threw up all over her backpack, and I helped her clean it
God.
up, and she said it was really nice.
Clean it up by just throwing it to the side?
Threw up. But then we got home and she got married to someone who wasn't me. So thanks a lot, Katie. This is why I hate women.
Is he like, okay? I feel like my man just turns on a dime. I'm kind of here for it though. It works.
What was this video about again? Looking young? Okay,
Right, I honestly even forgot.
Since I'm 20 now, I'm hastily looking forward to turning 21 because then I want to go into a bar.
Right, so then he can go into
How
bars.
the bartender.
All right, so I was right. It is 21 where he lives. So why was he talking about 18 before?
One beer, please. Nice.
Just start doing shots.
You ain't old enough. Here's my ID, driver's license, birth certificate, and social security number. Now give me the beer.
I have had people call my ID fake, so I've had to bust out other IDs in the past. Including one time I did happen to have my birth certificate on me because I had been filling out an application, so I did use my literal birth certificate as proof that I was 18. Fun fact.
If I do get the beer, I'll just give it to someone else in the bar. Drinks are on me. But Bryson, why would you buy a beer if you're not even gonna
To prove you
That's a
can.
waste of money. It's not about the money. It's about sending a message.
To the bartender.
Son, there ain't no way you're old.
You've got 4 fake IDs.
Officer, please look at my ID. Too bad, because we don't double check.
LOL.
I'm gonna try one little itty bitty sip of the beer I worked so hard to get.
Oh, it's gross. Beer's disgusting. Wow, that's a very accurate representation. I like myself a little cheeky drink. You know what I despise? Beer. Why anyone would want that is beyond me. If you've never had beer before, maybe you've never even had alcohol before, I can describe to you exactly what it tastes like. This will be the most accurate description in the world. You will not find anything that beats it. If you've ever walked past a bar, you've smelt that smell, the smell of beer that people seem to love, or even the smell of alcohol, right? Think of what the floor would feel like. It's sticky, right? It's like when you spill a drink at a cinema. It's all over the floor, but it sets in and it's there permanently. It sticks and there's the dust and there's the footprints, but also it still smells like the barley, right? Imagine, just for a second, you go, you know what would be great? Is putting my face right down there in the pits of hell and sliding my tongue all along that floor, savoring every single flavor, and especially thinking, I taste the feet, I taste the footprints and the dust and the dirt and all of the grime of this bar floor. That is what they've put into every beer can, because I can't describe any other way how they make it taste like that. It tastes like a bar floor filled with all of the worst things, and you're licking it. So with that lovely visual, I will leave you for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the visual. Let me know if you think it's an accurate description of beer, although I don't need you to, because it is, and I know it. So, yeah. I really appreciate you watching. I'll see you next time.